Hello everyone, you are welcome back to Freaking BRJ Gamings, also Evony with Freaking BRJ. So, it's been a long time I posted a video, that is about 2 weeks now. I have not posted any video just because I was planning on to make this good videos, okay, compiling informations with other great gamers and getting good informations for you all. Now today we're making a special video. It's not just one video but a series of video, and I've named this series the journey to a good defense. The journey to a good defense. So this is the first part of the video, and if you love it, make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you could watch the rest of it. Okay, so the journey to a good defense, and this is the first part. Let's go. Okay, so if we proceed in, okay, then today the first part is going to contain on generals alone. So someone is going to be like, generals, why do I need to learn generals? No, we are not here to learn generals, but something special about generals. Okay, and today we're talking about everything when it comes to defense on just generals. No gears, no extra things, just generals. So let's proceed. Now it's going to be both PowerPoint, okay, and a practical view. So let's go to the PowerPoint real quick and look at what we're going to do over there. So let's go learn something real quick right here. So to the PowerPoint, we have journey to a good defense, okay, and this is from Evony with Freaking BRJ. And let's continue. So as I talk about, we're doing generals for today, and we're talking about just 4 things under the generals, but I bet you're gonna love this video. Now watch. The first thing is the type of defense. Now note this, there are a lot of type of defenses that people use, okay, but for now the K44s 45s that we have, there is only two type of defense that can survive. Only two type of defense that can survive easily. Now the first type of defense is one, the T1 trap defense. A pure T1 trap where they have just bones, no flesh, just bones, and a lot of T1s to counter or to take the solos from the K45s and the rest. Now that is just, shall I say, for points. That is just for points, because that kind of defense cannot take you far, as in you playing all stars and other stuffs, because when you're rallied you'll be gone. Okay, now that is the T1 trap. Now the second one, which I will advise you to do, because it's a long lasting thing that you need. Okay, it's a long lasting thing. So that one I called it the tanker. The tanker. I call this a tanker. Now, what is this type of defense that I'm talking about? It was gotten from an F2P defense, but an advanced one. An advanced one. So let's go. This means that both F2P, a normal player, and every player can adapt to this type of defense, because it's a cone shaped defense. That's why I call it a tanker. It's a cone shaped defense. Okay, so ask yourself, why is Egypt having the biggest or the longest pyramid, and that pyramid is still not broken? It is still active. I mean, still grounding, because of its cone shape. It is difficult for the wind to get it right. That is the type of defense we are going to build over here, if you are getting my point. Now let's move on. So the type of defense, okay, we are using the type 2, which is the tanker or the cone shape defense. The cone shape defense. Now let's go to number 2. So number 2, if you really want to build this type of defense, okay, then it depends on your general arrangement. Your general arrangement. Now what do I mean by general arrangement? Now you realize that in this game, for defense or even for attack, we have main general, we have subs, we have duty, we have senate, we have all those types of generals in this game, right? Now if I should say someone should arrange the generals for me in an order of development, how would you develop your generals? I know most of you will say, I will develop your main first, then you develop your duty second, then your senate third, and you develop your sub last, right? Yes, that is a very bad habit. That is a very, very bad habit if you do that. So if you used to do that, then you have to stop now, because there is this trick I use which helps a lot. Now watch this. This is how I arrange my generals. Boom. The main, the subs, the duty, and then the senate. Main, subs, duty, and senate. Someone is going to be like, why are you doing that? Why are you choosing subs over senate and duty generals? Why are you doing that first before you do the duty and then the senate? Yes. Now watch. Before we talk about this, let's talk about the previous one. So requirements for each. Okay. Now requirements for T1 trap. Okay. Requirement for T1 trap is just your 1 billion T1s and then your bony layers. That is a normal thing. But requirement for the tanker or the cone shape is a lot. It entails a lot, which you already have, but you just have to build on it. Now watch this. For the types of defense, okay, which is the tanker or the cone defense, what you need is one, talking about the generals, you need your buffs to be above 2k. You need your buff to be above 2k, which is your HP and your defense, especially for the siege. Especially for your siege, you need your siege HP and defense to be at least 2k, or let's say 1900 plus. You need this. Okay, so your attack 2k, your HP and defense 2k, or 1900 getting to 2k. You need this to be your minimum requirement. Now once you have this, which I know it is one of the most difficult thing to do, right? That is why I've created this Discord group right now, that if you join, you'll be updated on more informations and be taught one-on-one on how to get these buffs. Okay, so make sure you join the Discord group right now. It's just below my description. You can see it right there. Evony with freaking brj Discord. Join right now. Let's build a community. Let's help everyone get stronger. Let's proceed. You are good to go. Now before you can get this, it entails a lot for you to do a lot to get those buffs. So normally I aim at keep 40 and keep 39, because at keep 39 and keep 40 you can get those buffs easily. So if your siege HP and your siege attack on defense is so low, then you have to focus on it right now. Make sure you pump it higher, because once you get it higher, then you can do this type of defense I'm about to teach you right here. Right here. Now let's go. That takes us to the main, subs, duty, and senate, and the reasons why we are choosing this over that. So let's see. Reasons for the above. There are two main reasons. There are two main reasons. Now you will choose your main because your main war general is the one that will pump most of the buffs. Okay, most of the buffs in you refining, in you developing it, right? Perfect. You putting the gears on and so on and so forth. That is for the main, right? Now your next step will be your subs and not duty general. Why duty? Why subs over duty? Here comes the point. One, your subs gives you debuffs. Your subs gives you debuffs, and for now you need so much debuffs in order to withstand the big hits that you've been taking. So if your debuffs are weaker and your buffs are higher, you'll be debuffed, because if a K44 hits you, at least he's taking half of your debuffs. He's just debuffing you into two. And if you have no debuffs to also take some of his attack, then you can see that straightforward you'll be zeroed on one hit or two hits. Can you get that? Now let me show you an example on the game real quick. An example on the game real quick. So I was attacked by this keep 44, I think 44, 43, one of them. So this is a 44. Yes, I guess so. Now watch this. My debuffs were so low, so it hit me. Look at my buffs. My buffs was 2k on the ground defense. This that look at the buffs over here. 2366. These were some good buffs. Okay, these were some good buffs. and this guy hit me siege with 3843. Boom, I was gone. He took 1.4 billion out of me. 1.4 billion out of me, and he just lost 447 million. You can see how great that attack was on me, right? And look at something, he debuffed me into two. My debuffs were nothing close to his. So he just debuffed me into two. Boom, and he took off those power from me. But my buffs were higher. I have 1921 on HP here. I have 1852. I have 2366. I have all these buffs, and I was just equipped at 9 by then. I have all these buffs, but yet still he was able to get all these points of me on just one hit. I had to run and call for reinforcement because my debuffs were so poor. Now look at this as well. I think there's one over here. Look at this as well. Okay, so this guy Tito hit me. Okay, and his buffs were 2389. Now compared to my buffs, his buffs is still higher than mine. Okay, but look at something over here. Because his buffs are a bit lower, I was able to debuff him into two. So you can watch right here. I have debuffed all his buffs over here into two, and that means that whatever he is hitting me with will be less, and so he lost so badly. He just took 74 million out of me, and he lost all this power to me. You can see that, right? Watch this as well from big hacks, and boom. Okay, so big hacks hit me with 2766 range. Okay, and he just took 206 of me, and he lost 326 because I debuffed him as well. I couldn't debuff him into full though, but I debuffed him. So I realized that, oh, okay, so that means that if your debuffs are low, okay, no matter your buffs, you'll be hit harder and you lose a lot of points over there. So why not making my debuffs also go higher as my buffs is increasing? Because I have my main general to produce some buffs over there, and if my SARs or my debuffs are also higher, it will assist me there. Now that is the first reason. Now the second reason is that your duty general, okay, if you rush to upgrade your duty general, you realize that you lost a lot. Let's go to the game. Let me teach you something right here. Now watch. Let's go to the tavern where you can find all your duty generals right here. All your duty generals right here. So we're selecting only the duty generals. Okay, only duty. So right here. So let's look at the duty generals that we have to be the most common ones. We have John Portugal. Okay, now watch this. John Portugal at 5 stars is giving some good buffs right here, right? Some good buffs right here. But look at this. What is he for? He's for what? He's for a range. He's for a range. What do we call it? He's for an archer camp officer. Okay, and these are the buffs he's giving. You can see the buffs right here, right? Now look at his specialty. This specialty is giving nothing good when it comes to PvP. The last specialty also, which is so disappointing, is never giving something good. Okay, now imagine you develop this general to the fullest, thinking you're going to get some good buffs over here. Okay, let's move to the next general. This also is our hospital general, which at the 5 stars, it's giving some good buffs on the first one, some poor on the second and third, and some good on the third, the fourth, and then the fifth. Okay, let's look at the specialty. Enemy troop attack -10. That's some good specialty here, and this is giving nothing good in PvP. Now we've selected two already. Let's keep on moving on. So these are the F2P normal generals, right? F2P normal generals that we use for our duty generals. We rush so much to develop them because we think they are the best, right? Okay, now to our this. This is a good one. We're having some good buffs over here to the last one, and some good match size over here. Okay, so this a bit good. Let's go to the next one. Korea. Okay, so we have all these two right here. Okay, and this is also giving some good buffs over here. Let's look at the substitute, I mean the specialty right here. This is giving nothing like PvP. This is also giving nothing like PvP. Let's look at this as well. This also at the first star giving something good, the second star nothing good, the third star is giving something good, and the fourth star also, and the fifth star. But let's look at the specialty. Nothing good in PvP. Perfect. So far we've not gotten anyone that will produce any good PvP at the specialty level. Now watch this. It's also giving some good real buffs here. Okay, some good real buffs here. But let's look at this. This is giving enemy mounted troop attack -20. So that is the only one giving some PvP stats over here. And this is also giving enemy troop defense. Perfect. For Banchao right here. Let's go to Russia, where we can find this over here. Not giving that much of good buffs. Let's look at the PvP. Nothing good over here. Let's look at this. No, not this. Olive. There's also a PvP F2P general. So there's also some good buffs here. Let's look at this. This is giving some good attacking siege. Perfect. And this giving nothing like PvP. That's bad. Okay, and this our ground, which is also giving some good PvP buffs here at 5 stars. And over here it's giving nothing PvP. Okay, perfect. Now, and Askia Mohammed also, and all those ones. Now, the funny thing is that these generals you rush to develop, okay, these generals that you rush to develop, they are good, but they are not perfect. Comparing their buffs to the latest ones that we have right here. So if you check the latest ones that we have right here, let's compare just one of them. Okay, just one of them. So duty generals once again. So we have John Portugal, right? For Archer Camp. Let's read his basic stats. So his basic stat is giving defense and HP 5% and range troop training of 20%. And the first star is giving instant range troop and siege machine defense 10% and HP 15%. Okay, good. And it has nothing good on the specialty. It has nothing good on the specialty. Now watch this. Let's take Morris. Who is also an archer tower officer. Okay, now watch this. Reduces enemy range troop attack by 15%, increases your instant range troop and siege machine attack by 20%. Now watch this buffs. And on the first star, you are getting instant range troop and siege machine HP 35%, enemy range troop and siege machine defense -20%. This is a very good buffs. In fact, if you get just this general to star 3, okay, it is like you getting that general to 5 stars. Now let's look at the PvP specialties right here. So this is giving enemy troop defense -10, and at the last one, instant troop attack with this range troop attack 30%, instant siege machine 15% attack. If you do the specialty for this general, that is what you are getting from this general. You are getting these super cool buffs. And look at the stars. If you get this to 5 stars or 3 stars, that is awesome, right? Yes, you're going to say you're a F2P player, so it's going to be difficult to get this. Yes, it's difficult to get this, but listen, we use tricks because we do not coin a lot, or we do not have enough money to coin. Yes, I know that, but watch this. So why then do you waste your time or your gears or your gems and everything developing this F2P general once you can use something good over here to get this? Let me teach you what I do to get them. So look at mine. Let's go here. Now look at something right here. I'm about to show you something just over here. Okay, so these are the normal F2P players that we use, right? The normal ones here, right? Now watch this. This is a banker officer, which is giving me reduces enemy ground troop and mounted troop defense and HP 15%, and increases your instant range troop and siege machine attack 35%. This is just 1 star, just 1 star. And I have done the specialty, and I'm getting enemy troop defense over here, and I'm getting also instant troop attack 6%, instant troop defense 15%, instant troop HP 15%. Okay, just one of this general is giving me all these buffs. All these buffs. How did I get this general? This is what I did. Come here. If you do not know how to keep staffs in this game, then you will always lack. In what sense? In a sense that, watch this, you always get scrolls, but you misuse them. You see these scrolls over here, these premium scrolls over here. Yes, there are a lot of events right here that when you do, you can get them. Like events like this, when you come here, events like the expedition, you always get some fragments over here. Okay, you always get some fragments over here. You also get some good fragments on many events that Evony has released. Now those fragments, you can craft them or compose them and get them to this. Now what do you have to open them immediately? No. Remember, you are an F2P player. So what do? Compile them, let it gather them till you get about 100 of it. Now the trick is that immediately you see them release a new general, let's say a new duty general, what you are supposed to do is that when they release a new duty general, okay, you watch the buffs, and if the buffs are good for you, open all the 100. There's a possibility of you getting at least 10 to 15 of those fragments, and that 10 to 15 can get you to at least 3 stars, and that means that you get those powerful buffs. But if you keep on opening this every single day, you end up getting one general each, and that one general will not help you, because comparing that one general buffs to your 5-star general, you won't do that changes. So this is the trick we use. Compile them to get about 100 of it, and when it's time for you to open, it looks like it's too much, but when you compile them, you realize that it's not too much, because by the time you realize you have already have 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, even 50 can help you. When you have 50 or 100, just wait. When there's a powerful general release, open all of them on that day. You realize you get at least 15 to 20 of that general, and boom, you are good to ascend that general to become your full star. So imagine you have a full star duty special general like this. Imagine you have this general. So look at this. I was having just 30 of the fragments, okay, and I opened to get this general. I was using Minamoto right there, so you can see it's a 5-star, okay, and there was this general release Melon. I was having just 30 of the scrolls. Do you know what I did? I opened all the 30 on that day, and I got the fragment of Melon. I got 16 of Melon. Okay, I got 16 of Melon, and not just Melon, but I also got this duty general right here. There's this right here, this duty general right here. So I changed it quickly with this general. So look at this general: instant siege machine attack and defense and HP 5%, and siege machine training 20%. This is just a waste. And the first star, I get in instant troop and siege machine 15% and 15%, blah blah blah. This is just a waste. But look at what happened when I got this general. It is giving me it's giving me siege machine attack 15%, siege machine defense 15%, siege machine HP 10%. And on the first star, instant troop defense, so not just for siege, but all troops 15%, HP 15%. What else do I want? Compare this to that, and look at the specialty. Range troop and siege machine attack 10%, and this one I've not done it, but if I do this, I'm getting siege machine attack 10% on a purple. Imagine for a gold, I get like 20 to 25%, right? Yes. So I saved and I opened all of them and I had these generals. That is what you do, than to rush and develop all those duty generals. So I don't develop my duty generals. I just use them when I think I need to use them. But I will develop them when I have the scrolls ready. So one by one you go. Now, once you have your duty generals like that, then you can imagine the buffs you'll be getting. Okay, so these are the two main reasons why you would choose your subs over the duty. Okay, these are the main two reasons why you choose your sub over the duty. And the last thing is your senate, which also gives some buffs, but I don't focus much on senate, although the buffs there are so great. I make sure I finish with my subs and duty before I go to senate, because imagine you are sending a general to 5 stars to get just some few buffs right there. Okay, and you developing your generals or your sub generals to that much of a stars to get good buffs right there. Okay, so senate always my last. Senate always my last. Now let's proceed. So recommended generals, let's go to the game and let's look at them. So for each troop, okay, so for main general, for main war general, what are some of the generals we recommend? What are some of the generals we recommend? So back to our traveling again, and let's recommend them right here. So our defense generals, we have a lot of generals over here. Okay, and it's difficult to get them ascended, but the trick I used, if you still use that trick, it will still help you over here. So there's a new general release right now. If I have saved up to 100 of those scrolls, I would have opened it and switched to that general. Okay, let me see if I'll find our general right here. I think it should be in the others or right here. Hold on, let me check. It's a seige general that was released just some few days ago. Let me see if I see it right here. Okay, I think it's not over here yet, but let me see. Yep, right here. Okay, so perfect. This journal was released just some few days ago. Okay, let's look at his buffs right here. So on the basic attributes, it says when journal is the main city journal, you are getting instant siege machine 50%, instant ground troop and mounted troop defense 45%. Perfect journal for a siege defense. Now, when the general is a main city defense general, instant mounted troop and ground troop defense 15% and HP 15%. Good. The second one is giving some instant siege attack. The third one also giving some instant and range troop attack 40%. The buffs over here are so great. The buffs over here are so great. Now this is a good general. This is a good general. Now let's look at the specialties. 10% here, negative here, all troops here, and the last one is giving in-city siege machine attack 40% and in-city troop defense 30%. That's for all troops. Wow. And enemy siege machine attack 10%. This is a good general. This is a good general. So if you have 100 of those codes saved, then you can open to get at least 16 of this general and make him your main general. However, if you do not have and you still have these generals, okay, then I recommend you using Richard the Lionheart or Leo or William Marshall, any of these three generals. Some others would like to use Isaac Brook. Yes, that is good as well. Okay, but the most generals, this general Richard the Lionheart is one of the good generals as well when it comes to HP and defense. You can see the stats right here, some good stats right here. Okay, so these are some of the generals you can use. Others also use Queen Boudica. Yes, that's also good. But for siege, I would advise you to use Leo, Richard the Lionheart, or I'll say use William Marshall. Okay, or you can use that trick to get this new general right here. Okay, now that is for the war generals. Okay, now for the subs, for the sub generals, which there is much concern over the subordinate city. There are a lot of sub generals over here, but the ones I prefer, okay, the ones I use most of the times are one, Nero. Nero. Now look at Nero. Nero is giving some good HP over here, and I just get this to 2 stars. I don't get this to 3 stars. Just 2 stars is okay for me. Okay, just 2 stars. You are getting some enemy troop HP over here. You are getting some enemy troop HP also over here, and that is enough. Okay, plus the main skill book. Okay, let's look at this. We do the specialty as well. We are getting some enemy over here. So this is a good general that I use. This is a good general that I use. Okay, you can see it right here. Perfect. Now let's go to the second general. So Nero, the first general. The second general, Baldwin. Baldwin. This general also good. Enemy range troop attack by 30% and enemy siege attack by 20%. Perfect. And on the first star and second star, I love it so much. So at the first star and second star, enemy troop HP, enemy troop range troop and siege machine attack -5, enemy HP -10. Now enemy troop and siege machine HP, okay, and defense also -10 on the second star, and the third star you are getting some -15 right here. So normally I get this to level 3 or level 2. Okay, perfect for Baldwin. Mark Anthony as well, one good, one perfect, one perfect, one perfect, one right here. So you can be writing them down. And this good general, especially for the siege HP, this general right here, perfect right here. Okay, so enemy reduces enemy mounted troop attack by 25% and enemy siege machine defense and HP by 30%. Perfect. On the first star and second star, some good paps there. Okay, now Ziska. Ziska, also one of the perfect ones. So reduces enemy range troop attack by 40%, enemy range troop and siege machine defense by and HP by 15%. Perfect right here. Okay, and you can see the stars right here. So amazing. So amazing. The specialty also perfect. Perfect right here. Ziska, can use Ziska. I don't normally use Nazis because of the grounds. There's this general I'm looking for right here. One good general. One good general. Okay, Andrew. You can also use Andrew. One of the commonest to get and also a very good one. You can use David. One also best one. And please, I would advise you not to be using the grounds for now, because your first thing to be okay, I think I'm going to teach the reason why you're not supposed to be choosing a lot of the grounds like this guy. Okay, the reason why you're not supposed to be choosing most of the grounds, because of one major point. I'm going to state that in the next part, so make sure you check that out. Okay, make sure you subscribe so you get that. Now look at this. I'm looking for this good general right here. Catherine right here. This general is so good. If you get it to the 5 star or 4 star, it is a very good general right here. Okay, the first star doesn't look great. Increases troop training, blah blah blah. It doesn't look good over here. But when you look at this, the stats over here, you realize that it's a best general over here. Okay, a best general over here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, and others right here. Okay, Nordic Barbarian also one of the best ones. Nordic Barbarian also one of the best ones. Now these are the recommended ones for the subs. Now let's go to recommended ones for um the duty. So the duty, we've already talked much about them, and you realize that all the duty generals are using, they are good. But if you want the best ones, then those are the ones I pointed earlier on. Okay, the ones I pointed earlier on. So like O to the Great, O to the Great, one of the best generals. Look at his stats. Look at his stats, guys. This is so amazing. Okay, so O to the Great, Morris, Stilco, still cold. This guy right here, okay, this guy also. And there's this general that Clovis for the banker, I showed you his buffs, right? Good, good. There's this general that I'm looking for as well. This guy also very good. There's this general I'm looking for, who is a very good booster. Ashoka, Ashoka, Ashoka. That general is a very good general. Comparing him to this is a big difference. That general, this general also good. I use him very good. There's Ashoka right here, and there's Hera that has been released, and also one of the best ones as well compared to Ashoka. And there's this one that I love so much. This one, this one. He's for the Holy Palace, but her buffs are so holy. Guys, I ain't gonna lie to you, but her buffs are so holy. In a sense, I look at these buffs. You are getting increases healing speed by 10%, entity range tube and seed machine attack by 25%, and defense also by 25%. What else do you want? It is a holy buffs, guys. When Genout is on the Holy Palace, entity range tube and seed machine attack 18, range tube and seed machine defense 18. Just 1 star, guys. It's a holy buffs. It's a holy buffs. Look at the specialty, guys. Enemy tube defense 18 at 10%, and then the last one, holy blah blah blah, and then entity range tube and siege machine attack 25%, enemy range tube and siege machine 25%. These are some good buffs, guys. Some good buffs right there. I think I have this now, and it's increased my buffs so well. Let's check if I have this now. Oh, I have it right here. So you can see the buffs I'm getting right here. I've been spending all the time to get this channel. It is so difficult, but I'll try my best to get this channel. And when I get 1 star of him, of her, boom, I'll just upgrade her. Okay, so right here, she's giving some real good buffs right here. I have to do the specialty, and I'll do that very soon. I think I had it just some few weeks ago. So guys, make sure you select these journals, and when you go to the Senate, okay, that is the last thing I do. So when I switch a new journal, I place those journals over here. So the Senate gives some good buffs like this, giving some attacking down tube 4%, in-city range tube HP, seed machine defense here, and some good buffs here. So for the Senate, you need F2P generals, so you can ascend them fully. Guys, this is the general selection and the general development. These are the general selection and general development. So for main, sub, duty, and senate, okay, so this is how we do it. So this is the first part of the video, and this is talking about generals and how the generals are to be selected and how they are supposed to be arranged in terms of development. So your main first, you move to your sub second, your duty third, your senate last. I've showed you the trick in getting those premium generals. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, because the next part of this video, guess what? It is how to develop those channels. So the gear selection, and we talk about layers the next time. So I talked about the cone defense, right? The cone defense. Now the next one, I'm going to teach you how to develop to get that 2k buffs that is recommended. Right there. Okay, and the next part, I'm going to teach about the layers. So it's going to be in parts and parts and parts. Make sure you stay tuned, you subscribe, so you make sure you tap on the notification bell, so that anytime these videos are released, you get them first. Guys, this is freaking BLJ Gaming's Evony with freaking BLJ, and thank you very much. Thank you for subscribing too. And also, there's one last thing. I have a Discord channel, okay, that you have to join to get those amazing buffs. I said this in the early start, so the Discord group is just below there. Make sure you subscribe to that. Okay, just tap on it and you will join it. The invite link is just there. Type on it, you join it, and guys, you get amazing videos and amazing questions over there. So there are a lot of guides over there that will help you to build your defense as well. You can chat me one-on-one for my Discord channel. Thank you guys. Make sure you join it right now. Thank you. Bye.